Students, what's going on? American Government, Unit 3, Lesson 8. We are flying through this year. It is almost October. It is fall, and here we are. How a bill becomes a law. And I don't often go back to making or asking you guys to watch videos that were popular during your grandparents' time, but this Schoolhouse Rocks. Alright, This Schoolhouse Rocks right here is the best. How a bill becomes a law. It's still current. It is still up to date. I'm just a Bill. I suggest you definitely give old Bill a shot. Look this up. The original Schoolhouse Rock. How a bill becomes law. Don't look at the junk over here. Just this one that is true life. So make sure you check that out. All right, now back to the Connexus lesson for a quick walkthrough of what you guys are doing today. From bills to law, up to 9,000 bills and resolutions are introduced in Congress each section. Only 10% are ever created laws, probably even less now because they're a divided government. Laws must make their way through both chambers of Congress and onto the president's desk for approval. However, before laws get to the president or even the chamber floor debate, they must be proposed. There must be some need for the law, and this is how many laws and how many measures are introduced, how many is passed, how many is reported by those committees, which you learned about in an earlier lesson, and voted into law. In this lesson, you'll consider the following questions: what do you think should be a new law? Why would this law be important to the American people and to the American way of life? And what steps would you take to see this law passed? Some keywords are bill, cloture, concurrent resolution, discharge petition, filibuster, joint resolutions, pocket video, quorum, and veto. And I said pocket video. What is wrong with me today? It is veto. Pocket veto. Pocket video is what you do when you accidentally turn your camera on in your phone. I'm not really that funny. Nature of a bill. When legislatures first introduce bills, the bills are given prefixes, numbers, and short titles. For example, a bill originated in the House of Representatives would bear the prefix HR 123. In the Senate, this bill would be S 123. The titles are usually descriptive of the content. Once legislators introduce a bill, the bills are entered into the House Journal and the Congressional Record for the day. The legislative measures that Congress reviews take different forms, including the following: public bills apply to the nation as a whole, private bills apply to individuals or places, joint resolutions deal with temporary matters, have the force of law, concurrent resolutions deal with matters where Congress must act jointly, do not have the force of law, and riders, provisions that are attached to resolutions, also sometimes called earmarks. All right, time to read right below to learn more about that. So take a break and read. Debate on the House floor, such interesting things. Bills that successfully make it through the committees are debated in Congress. Debate in the House of Representatives must be well structured and managed because there are so many members. If you want to see something cool, and I say this as a government teacher, I'm sure you guys might not think this, some of you will, C-SPAN. You can see these things being debated. You can see laws or wannabe laws being debated. Make sure you check out C-SPAN for that. And make sure you read below, and excellent stuff, fun stuff there. Please do not think that the House of Representatives, like everyone is sitting there watching House members talk about random bills. It's usually very empty. And the House of Representatives are in the Senate, and they're usually just speaking to the cameras that get on the record. A little interesting fact there. Hardly ever is everyone in the chamber. While lawmaking process in both the House and Senate are very similar, there exist some key differences, especially regarding procedures on the chamber floor. As a smaller body than the House, the Senate rules are less formal and rigid. Debate on the Senate floor is a lengthy, unrestricted exercise. However, it is this freedom that gives its rise to the filibuster, our process of delaying a bill by talking at length. The only real check to this kind of demonstration is the sentence closure rule, a rule that requires a special procedure. This is a very important little bit of reading you need to do right here, so make sure you read that. On to the president's desk. Bill goes into conference committee to unify both the House and Senate versions. And once this happens, the president plays a role in the lawmaking process. The Constitution requires that the bills and resolutions Congress passes must then be sent to the president. In this section of the lesson, you will learn more about the president's part in making the process and his ability to check the power. This is where you're going to learn more about the veto, more about the pocket veto. So go ahead and pause and read this and make sure you're taking notes on it. Complete the following activity. This is a little older of a lesson, so we're talking about President Obama's 2 terms and what he did. Make sure that you focus on that. And when you get this assignment done, you'll be doing it in your notebook. Don't worry about turning it into me. And then the next thing you'll need to do is watch this flipped video. Won't take but a second. Watch that. Once you learn more about how how bills are turned into laws. Still, once again, Schoolhouse Rock. That is a really important, fun video that can teach you the whole process too. And then you'll have the quiz, just 4 questions. Hope this helps out, gives you kind of a walkthrough of what you're doing today in the lesson. And thank you very much for your time.